Hello and welcome yet again to another edition of your program, My Opinion on Clevenard TV. I remain your host, Franca Idimudia. Now, if you are joining us for the first time, I enjoin you to sign up. Remember to sign up on www.clevenard.com/TV. And if you get to see any of us post on any social media angles, please like, comment, and then keep sharing. Thank you. Now, this morning we have a very peculiar issue that concerns each and every one of us this morning, and it's regarding education. Today we'll be discussing education in South Africa. And this morning I have a very young lady in the person of Comrade Charity Erhunmwense. Okay, Charity Erhunmwense is the President General of the Nigerian Student Association in South Africa. Comrade Charity, you're welcome to My Opinion.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Yeah, good to have you here. Yeah, so I'd like to start with this. You're basically from Edo State. All right, and for as far as I'm concerned, we have one of the best universities in Edo State, which is in Nigeria, which is the University of Benin. Okay, but you choose to study in South Africa, if I'm right. So why did you make such a decision?
Okay, for me personally, that was not a decision of choice. My family moved here, so basically I moved with my family. But of course, studying in South Africa also has one of the best education system also in Africa as well. So it's also a privilege for me to have studied here and still studying here as well.
Yes, all right. So how long have you been a student there?
Okay, I've been a student since my undergraduate. This is in 2008. So I've done different programs from my law degree, my LLB degree, to a degree as well in public management, public administration and management, and also currently busy with my master's degree in public, constitutional and international law at the University of South Africa.
That's a good one. You said 2008. I don't know, could that be a misconception? Is it 2008 or 2018?
Okay, it's actually 2008. That's why I explained I have done a couple of qualifications.
Yeah, but
when I actually
moved here, quite young. You are looking quite young for someone that entered the high institution 12, 13 years ago. That's why I had to repeat that question. Is that right?
I had high school about 17 years ago.
Wow.
So I started my studies as a higher institution studies about 15 years ago. So, but I've been studying different programs at also different institutions. I also did my law school at the University of Pretoria. So I've been I've been a student, but I've also been busy with other activities as well. But like they say, learning never stops. So I've been doing like about 3 degrees presently. So that's why the long period of time.
Is that right? There's no problem about that. Now you spend so much of time there and there. At least you must have understood 1 or 2 things about your educational system. So what do you have to say about the South African educational system? How strong is it? Right, go ahead.
You mean compared to the Nigerian education system?
Yeah.
Okay. The South African education system, it's a pretty good one. You can find institutions in South Africa being part of the top 10 institutions in Africa. So, which means South Africa rank very high when it comes to tertiary education, that's university education as well. And in comparison to Nigeria, you find a lot of Nigerian students coming to South Africa to study, one, because of the facilities that it provides, also maybe because of the quality of education, and mostly now, more importantly, because of the strike, because in Nigerian system, you know, we have all the interruptions to the education, like the strike and all the things, which are avoided here in most universities. So they have, like, when you have a 4-year degree, you are very sure that you are going to complete your degree in 4 years, and you won't have interruptions. But when it comes to the Nigerian system, you're not sure of that. So that could also be a problem.
Okay, now we've made mention of one or two things about
starting a blog for the first time is an amazing, yet intimidating experience. Thinking that people are actually going to read, and even share, something you wrote. It's unlike any other feeling I can describe. But it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Starting a blog is hard work, and there are a lot of pitfalls along the way. Especially if it's your first time. Creating a blog account is easy and straightforward on Clevenard, signing up is 100% free on Clevenard. Stand out online with professional bloggers. With Clevenard Blog, you can turn any idea into a reality. Don't miss the opportunity today. Tomorrow may be too late.
Okay, before we went out there, we're trying to explain one or two things about the environment, the South African environment itself. How conducive is it for you and your fellow students over there?
Yes, like I mentioned, the South Africa education system, the environment is a warm environment, especially if you live on campus. So campus environment is you mingle with other students, not only South African students, but also students from other African countries as well as around the world. So the environment is quite friendly for students, and also warm environment. Most times you focus on your studies, you go and attend classes on campus, and of course, you mingle with other people as well as other students. So it's a pretty warm environment.
Is that right? So would you say you made a wise choice in choosing a Southern African university to study?
I didn't get that.
Would you say you made a wise choice in choosing a South African university to study?
Yes, I would say that it was a wise choice. South African University, like I mentioned earlier on, they are one of the best in Africa, and also they rank top 10 of universities in Africa. So yes, it is a good choice. When it comes to African universities, they are one of the best.
Okay, now you are the President General of the Nigerian Association of Students in South Africa. Now, would you say that your students, not you now, your students have the same mindset about schooling in South Africa?
Well, I believe that most of them, I would say, maybe not all, but most Nigerian students here in South Africa, I believe they enjoy the environment in which they study, because most students here have the privilege of staying on their campuses and interacting with students from all around the world and all over Africa. And also, most students here also have the privileges of getting like certain benefits as well. If they are doing well, they can get funding. Usually for science students, they can get funding from their institutions or other governmental bodies as well. So I would say most are enjoying it, apart from other issues that are other challenges, if I should put it that way, that are within the educational system. But in general, I would say that they are having a warm environment to study when it comes to the actual academics. Yeah.
It's all right. I do hope you are right there, because we do have reports of discrimination among the students. So how true is that?
Yes, that's why I mentioned earlier on that there are challenges apart from the warm environment that you enjoy by interacting with students from all over Africa and the world, but you also have certain aspects of discrimination. One, especially because you are Nigerian. We know the name Nigerian, when you mention it at this point anywhere in the world, it comes with almost a shock. People see you as, you know, a bad egg, to put it that way. So they don't care about if you are a student studying science or you're studying for your medical degree or your law degree. You are seen as, oh, this person is a Nigerian. So first we have the general discrimination, and then we have the academic discrimination. So when it comes to the general discrimination, that's basically what almost every Nigerian goes through. Just by saying you're a Nigerian, you're already seen in a certain kind of way. But when it comes to Nigerian students, of course, you find that Nigerian students are doing extremely well. Of course, we came from another country, and most people came here, their parents are sponsoring them from Nigeria, or a family member is sponsoring them from Nigeria, or an organization is sponsoring them from Nigeria. So they can't come here and do badly. They come here, they put extra effort, they study day and night, and put in their whole heart and soul into the work that they are doing, because of course they don't want to disappoint their parents or the person who sent them here to study. So they always come out, most Nigerians come out excellently well in their education. And that can also be a problem, because let's say, for example, if it's time for competition and you are doing excellently well, you can be discriminated against. Even if you are the best, they're still going to pick someone that is not, that is a citizen, for example, of the country, to maybe represent a certain thing, even if you are the best in your class, for example. So these are all these on that discrimination that is not even mentioned. Also, you find out that maybe there's an issue or a challenge between you and the university. Some universities, there was a case we had with a university. There was a lady who actually reported to us of a university. I'm not going to mention the university, but she mentioned that something happened while she was writing a test in the university. They were allowed to take a calculator into the exam hall. And then by the time she had the calculator and then she was using it, the invigilator came to her and was like, "Why are you using this?" And then she was like, "No, but can't you see everyone else is using it? We are allowed to actually have it with us." But the woman was like, "No, you sound like you are doing something, you are doing something different, like you're having malpractice." Of course, she had a hearing with the university and everything. And in her first hearing, the first thing was like, "This is how you Nigerians behave." So we already knew it wasn't a thing of, it's not going to be a fair hearing, because we already have, when you go with a statement of "this is how you Nigerians behave," we already see what is coming. So, and at the end of the day, it was quite sad after everything, and even while we were still following up with the case, it was quite sad that they already had that mindset that, this is how Nigerians, it didn't go well. But of course, after all the pressure, we're able to still put her back in the university system. So, but it was just a sad experience, because we wouldn't believe that an education system or an academic system would be biased in such a thing to mention a nationality and that, okay, this is how you people behave.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, and I could just imagine what the lady must have gone through in that short period. But now I want to argue that I need to speak on behalf of your fellow students. How do you cope with such discrimination? Because obviously we still have most of you guys there, and there's some students are even still planning to join you people there. And then with all these you just explained, how do you cope? And how does it affect your side? Does it lead to anything depressing or what?
Yes, of course. Naturally, when you have challenges, especially in the education system, you feel a certain kind of way. You can be depressed. You can also, even generally as a student, as a Nigerian student, it's even more challenging, because you have more points to prove to yourself, to the people back home, to even the people here that are also watching you, that you want to wipe out the perception that people have about Nigerians and try to be a good citizen so they can see a good example in you. So that's basically what we do as Nigerian students. We try our best to be good ambassadors of Nigerians in South Africa and Nigeria at large. And also, one of the challenges that I didn't mention earlier on when it comes to studying is also the study permit issue as well. So most time people get their study permits from Nigeria, and also renewing it here becomes quite difficult, even if the school have given a letter to that effect and things. We find out that it's a bit challenging. Of course, we understand that the South African system, they do their best to bring out the study permits of Nigerian students. But of course, most students will still feel like there is a form of discrimination also in that aspect as well. But
okay. All right. It's okay. But in this regard, do you have any Nigerian authorities speaking on your behalf?
Yes, here we have the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria and the Nigerian Consulate in Johannesburg. So we work very well with our mission, the National Association of Nigerian Students. We work very well with our mission. So when we have issues and challenges, we make sure we table it either before the High Commission or the Consulate or both to explain to them the challenges that we face as Nigerian students in South Africa. And of course, where they need to come in, they usually come in and assist in those aspects.
And so how helpful has this been? How helpful?
It has actually been quite helpful because sometimes you find out that most of the challenges are actually with the South African authorities, maybe either with the South African Home Affairs when it comes to like study visas, or the South African police services when it comes to like general discrimination of Nigerians. So the missions in South Africa, they've been forefront in addressing this issue when it's tabled before them as well. And also they've also addressed individual challenges when it comes to universities and challenges that the mission are not able to address. Let's say, for example, because it's a university or a personal matter, that's where the association also comes in to assist students with maybe a university discrimination or a hearing which has to be done. This is where we come in. We also seek the assistance of other South African organizations as well, other pro bono legal companies to also assist when it comes to things like this.
Okay.
So when it comes to discrimination within the South African, so we do get to assist the students based under the national body.
All right. I also learned that not quite long ago that your students actually had a meeting with the High Commission, okay, Nigerian High Commission in South Africa. I don't know. Can you just explain what the meeting was all about?
Okay, basically, we usually have meetings with the High Commission, even the consulate in South Africa. The meeting is to bring Nigerian students together under one umbrella because we are the national body and we have students scattered all over the 9 provinces of South Africa. So we have meetings where Nigerian students are brought together to discuss the challenges that they face in their different institutions, to also discuss the way forward and also mingle together and also just meet with one another and also share ideas. So basically, we usually have those such meetings with both the High Commission and the consulate from time to time.
Yes, all right. And you are saying if, for example, any student is faced with any kind of unfavorable situation, that the High Commission can actually be of help to you guys there?
Yes, the High Commission, the consulate, and also the national bodies and other bodies as well that we work with. Yes, we've been able to get assistance from the missions as well.
Yes, all right. Thank you so much. And I'll get back on this now. In 2018, you were nominated as an outstanding Nigerian female achievers in South Africa. I hope I'm right about that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. What was the excitement? How excited were you when you got nominated for that position?
Oh wow, it was quite an exciting one. I was emailed that you've been nominated for this award. Someone had nominated you, and there was a long list, and you've been chosen among the long list of females. Out of 3 females, you're invited to the award to be a part of it, and that really encouraged me a lot to know that the work that I'm doing within the Nigerian community and the South African community is not in vain. I've been involved in community service ever since I came to South Africa, especially when I got into my first year of university. I was part of the Clevenard Tv In Diaspora. That was a my school association, the UNISA Law Student Association, and also other bodies within my university. And that's how my community work started. So in 2018, when I was nominated, it felt very good that all the works that I've done even over the years were recognized. And as at that time, I was already involved within the student community, and it also encouraged me to do more and became the first female president of the National Association of Nigerian Students.
Yeah, and then what we want to believe that, and if you were nominated for such a position, there was that feeling of acceptance by the host community.
Yes, of course. It means that whatever you're doing now, it's being seen, it's being recognized, it's being accepted. That okay, your work is seen and is being acknowledged. So which was a great fit for Nigerians in South Africa.
Yeah. But at the end of it all, how was the result like? Because I know that one thing is to be nominated and another thing to emerge the winner. So how was the end like?
Unfortunately, I didn't get the award, but fortunately, I was nominated, and that was very exciting for me because they did tell me that there was a long list and just 3 people were nominated, which was an achievement for me already, whether I won or I didn't. But I was recognized, and I was being seen as this person is here, this person is doing this, you know. So it just made me very proud of myself, even as a Nigerian.
Is that right? Now, the reason I actually asked that question is this. Now, you were nominated for such a responsible position. Okay, now we've had issues of people or South Africans saying that when Nigerians go there, they get themselves involved or things that are not too good in the land, that some of them, for example, go into drug trafficking, while some are into human trafficking as well. How true is this assertion?
Oh, well, like I always mention, in every country, in every nationality, there are good eggs and there are bad eggs. And there are no exception to any nationality. So, of course, we have our people, Nigerians, doing exceptionally well, good. And just as we have exceptionally good Nigerians, we also have Nigerians that might not be doing well as well. So, if there's such, we always clamor for the hands of the law to make sure that they fish out both anyone doing the wrong things in South Africa. So the full arms of the law should catch up with anyone who's doing the wrong things. So, but we cannot name crime as a certain nationality. And I think that's the main problem, because if we say, oh, you are a criminal because you are from this particular country, that's where the wrong is. Because the truth is that it takes 2 to tango. If someone is committing a crime, then of course there's a receiver as well, who is on the other end. So again, if there's anybody doing wrong, the police should fish them out and the law should take its full course.
Let's sell on your behalf. If your item sells on our web shop, you pay a 10% commission plus the transaction fees, and you get the rest. Register now at www.shop.clevenard.com. Start uploading your product and services. We can really sell it on your behalf so you can carry on working on the things important to you. Are you looking to sell any type of product or service and you want to avoid the hassle involved? Selling can be an arduous and time-consuming process. At Clevenard Super Shop, we will be happy to take over the workload of promoting or selling your products or services. All you need to do is to register at www.shop.clevenard.com, enter your shop or vendor information, and then start uploading your product and services. We will do the selling. Now, be ready to get more sales and awareness. Start making more money from your business with Clevenard Super Shop by partnering with us today.
We are so sorry about that bridge in transmissions. It's actually due to technical issues, and we are back once again with Comrade Charity Erhunmwense Aigbekaen. Why before we went up, she was like trying to like say one or two things, and I think we just take it up from there. So, Miss Charity, you were saying something. Can we just take it up from there?
Yes, I was saying that if someone does the wrong thing in a country, no matter where they are from, no matter their nationality, the law, the police should take it up from with them rather than pinpointing nationalities. Even here, South Africa, our host country, we also have people doing the wrong thing, but you never hear people mentioning a South African man went to rob a bank, for example. But if a Nigerian goes to rob a bank, it's very much mentioned that a Nigerian went to rob a bank. Why can't you just say a man went to rob a bank and let him face the full arm of the law? So, like I mentioned, crime has no nationality, or every nationality have good eggs, they have bad eggs. What we try to do here is to make sure that the good people here are more sane, because the truth is that we have more good people, but just like everything in life, bad news spread more than good news. So if we have 100% people here, find out there are more people who are doing the right things. We have Nigerian doctors, lawyers, professionals, businessmen, even the traders trading legally here as well. But of course, if one person does the wrong thing, everyone gets to be stained as well. So the problem that we are having as Nigerians here.
Yes, all right. Now, I would like us to talk about the Put South African First group. Okay, now, what is basically the activity of this group? Because the last time I heard, I learned they were actually the one, championing the cause of dealing with Nigerians that are into drug dealing and human trafficking. What is actually the main objective of this Put South African First group?
Okay, basically, when the Put South African First group, it's basically what it says. They want South Africa to be number one in their citizens to be recognized as number one. So basically, their plan is to clean the streets of people who are doing the wrong things, like drug dealers, human traffickers, and general. So like I mentioned, if they're working with the police and the law, then of course that is legal. But if you're doing it on your own as an individual, then and doing it in a not so legal way, then that becomes a problem. But of course, they're just wanting their citizens to be number one, and you can't blame them. But of course, everything has to go through the right.
Yeah, everybody will want his or our citizens to be number one. Now, when we talk about number one, now their own citizens, are they really qualified for that position they are seeking for their citizens? Because they have to
yes, what they are trying to do is to make sure that they wipe crime away from their community. But of course, the challenge is, are they doing it in the legal way or are they doing it in the illegal way? You've heard about the xenophobic attacks in South Africa, and how it always turns out that people dying, foreigners are being killed, and these are illegal ways of doing things. Of course, if someone is doing the wrong thing, the right thing to do is to hand them over to the police, to let the law take its full course and not to take the laws into your own hands. Even if you want to be, you want to do the right thing, it must always be done in the right way.
And so, but how bad is this xenophobic attacks? How bad it is, and would you say that foreigners are more at risk in this regards?
Oh yes, foreigners are heavily at risk when it comes to xenophobic attack. In fact, the xenophobic attack is an attack on foreigners. So basically, the xenophobia is the fear of foreigners. So basically, because they are afraid of people they don't know. Like I mentioned, it's lack of understanding, lack of education, and that makes it a problem. Because if you don't know someone, just like everybody, if I feel like I don't understand where you're from, I don't know you, my first thing is to first be afraid of you. And then if I'm afraid of you, I feel like you're coming to attack me. So let me attack you first. And that is literally the mentality behind that situation. And of course, general hatred. So foreigners are at the short end because you get to see people dying. There are shops getting burnt. We've seen videos of a Nigerian mechanic shop with the cars, both the ones that the customer brought, the ones they're selling there, everything got burnt. So you can imagine such a situation. There's thousands of rands, if not millions, gone in one sitting. So how would such a person resurrect or bounce back into, his business again? So these are things that have happened. Even in the last time, it even got out of hand, and they started even attacking the malls in South Africa. If you were following and you watched that video of what happened in Durban, South Africa, the UKZN province, we had malls being burnt down. It even went beyond the foreigners, now attacking foreigners, and went into like shops being looted and resulted in malls, a whole mall getting burnt down. So again, like I mentioned, these are signs of lack of education and lack of understanding within the community.
It's all right. Now, we want to believe that the South African itself has a political leadership. So how far have you been able to liaise with these people to make sure that there is reduction in these killings and all that?
Okay, basically, we have a mission here, like I mentioned earlier, on both the High Commission and the Consulate, and they have also been, and also other organizations as well, other Nigerian community-based organizations, and those organizations have been able to liaise with the South African authorities through the High Commission and the Consulate to put it clear that, Nigerians are not a threat in South Africa. And of course, if we have the people doing the wrong things, they should face the arm of the law. But of course, killing Nigerians or burning their businesses will not be the solution to such problems. Because the funny part is that it's the innocent people that actually become the victim. Those that are actually innocent become the victim at the end of the day, which is very bad.
Start your own internet radio station for as low as €6.99 per month. We provide affordable radio streaming and hosting plans for everyone. And there are two main things that make us the best. We are here to make high-performance radio hosting online affordable and to outshine all the others when it comes to hosting plans and broadcasting services. High quality. Stream at any bitrate with our wide range of Icecast and Shoutcast hosting plans. Auto DJ. Easily start broadcasting with our complete automation platform. No software is required. Unlimited. All plans include unlimited listeners and bandwidth, allowing you to broadcast worry-free. Broadcast worry-free with unlimited internet radio hosting. We provide premium streaming services with unbeatable pricing and quality support. Create your own online radio station today. it.clevenard.com.
So sorry about that. Now, Miss Charity Erhunmwense Aigbekaen, my last question will be this. Now, what advice do you have for the political leadership? Okay.
Political leadership of Nigeria or South Africa?
Yeah, in South Africa. Sorry.
I believe that they should put more effort in doing more to protect everyone in their country. As we protect South African citizens, we also need to protect other citizens as well. There are people who are here under work visa. There are people who have children here with South Africans. These are mixed children that have both parents being South African or Nigerians. They also need protection. We have Nigerians who are here doing legal businesses, working here in hospitals, working here as caregivers, working here as different professions. And all these people also need protection, just like the South African. Because like I mentioned earlier, when we have a xenophobic outbreak, these are the people it actually affects more. These are the victims, of that it ends up affecting even much more than, the people you are trying to get to. So I believe that South Africa police system is a good one. And if they want to fish out the bad eggs in society, they can actually do that because they are equipped to do so. So my advice is that they make sure that they tighten the police system and the law, and make sure that when criminals are gotten, no matter what nationality they are, the full arm of the law catch up with them, and the full penalty is given to them. And this will be a lesson to anyone that feels like they want to do such a crime. They would remember that we're not going to joke with them. The law will catch up with them.
Yes, all right. And so every student that is that have the mind to come to South Africa to further their education, any advice for them?
Yes, I would basically say that follow the legal route. If you want to come to South Africa, you're keen about it, of course, you can apply to any South African university. South Africa University is very welcoming to foreign students. There are lots of foreigners, lots of Nigerians here studying at the South African University. But of course, you have to go through the right processes. Apply for your visa at the South African Embassy. Once you get your study visa, then of course, you're welcome. And of course, we have a national body, the National Association of Nigerian Students. We are here, we welcome you, and we're always ready to put every Nigerian student who come here through. We are here to mingle, to make sure that we tell you even where to get your groceries, little things that's helping you with your challenges, and also making sure that you settle in to the South African community. The do's and the don'ts, the basic regulation, even the common languages which is spoken here, we make sure that we educate you and you fit into the system as soon as possible. Because of course, when you come into a new country, you need to learn how things are done there so that you also fit in as well. And it's easier for you to learn and interact once you fit in. So that is my advice.
Is that right? Thank you so much, Ms. Charity Erhunmwense. And it was a nice pleasure having you with us on My Opinion this morning, and they will do wish you the best in all your endeavors. Thank you so much for being our guest this morning.
Very much.
Is that right?
For having me.
And viewers, we've come to the end of another edition of My Opinion on Clevenard TV, and so we draw the curtain for today till next week when we come your way with another educative guest in the house. It's a bye from me.
Goodbye.